Tonight, there will be some political candidates trending up and down, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the sports cards that are trending up and down the most. And we've got a lot of football cards to tell you about today, plus some basketball and some hockey as well. We'll tell you which cards are going up and down the most now. Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another Top 5 Tuesday. I'm back in the studio from the Dallas Card Show. By the way, great crowds at the Dallas Card Show this weekend and a lot of other card shows around the nation. It's a great sign for the hobby. The momentum is real. It is awesome to see. But today we're talking about some of the specific cards that are going up and down the most. And of course, today's Top 5 is brought to you by Whatnot. And this is a big week for Whatnot. This is Whatnot's card show. They do this a couple times a year. They're going to have tons of sellers selling singles all week long on their platform starting Thursday, including me. Thursday night, I'm going live on Cards HQ Shop on Whatnot, and I'm going to be selling LeBron singles Thursday night. Saturday night, I'll be back live again selling Jordan singles, Michael Jordan singles. And then on Sunday, Carter and Ryan are going to be going live on the Cards HQ Shop Whatnot. And if you haven't used Whatnot before, this is your best week. And the reason why, if you scan that QR code or click the special link in our show description below, not only are we going to give you $15 in free credit to use at the Whatnot Card Show, but we're also going to give you a special first-time buyer gift if you make a purchase on one of our Cards HQ Shop shows this week, my shows or Ryan or Carter's show. So get on to Whatnot, and I'll see you this week at Cards HQ Shop on Whatnot. Okay, let's start the show today by taking a look at the overall market pulse by market movers. This is the SCI 500 index that we're going to look at right now, of 500 of the most prominent sports cards. It is down a decent amount over the last week, down 1.4%. Over the last 30 days, down 3.2%. This often happens when you get to the end of the year. People start saving money for holiday purchases, and they're not spending as much money on cards. So you often see the market dip a little bit in October and November. We're seeing a little bit of that now. It's still up on the year overall. And typically once you get about to the middle of December, things start to tick back up again. And then January is always a really strong month for sports cards. So I expect we will see more of the same. Might not be a bad opportunity to do a little buying right now if you already have your holiday gifts taken care of and you have a little extra money to spend. But now let's talk about some of the cards that are going up and down the most. It's time for today's Top 5 cards. We're starting today with a cold card, as we do every week, because it's a reminder that sometimes the hottest cards that you see on this show quickly turn cold and start to go down in value. And that is maybe surprisingly the case with Justin Fields, the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I say that's surprising because Justin Fields started the first 6 games of the year for Pittsburgh and had them off to a 4-2 start. So he was playing not wonderfully well, but good enough to lead the Steelers to a winning record. They were maybe a surprise for many people this year to start the year so good. So then it was a little bit of a surprise when the coaching staff for Pittsburgh decided to bench Justin Fields despite the 4-2 start and turn to Russell Wilson. And Russell Wilson now has had a couple weeks under his belt, has been playing pretty well. So it looks like Fields may now be just sitting the bench for the rest of the season. And you can imagine this is not good news for Justin Fields' card prices. And let's take a look at some of those cards here in Market Movers. These are Justin Fields' 2021 rookie cards. That's his Prism Laser in PSA 10. And you can see on the little chart on the individual card level down here how all of these are dipping. That one's down over 38% over the last 30 days. And of course, on this big chart, you can see how all of these cards collectively are all kind of following the same pattern of dropping down, unfortunately. The next one we're looking at is his Prism Red Ice PSA 10 from 2021 Prism. That one's down 54% over the last 30 days. His Prism Silver PSA 10 from 2021 Prism is down, 64% over the last 30 days. That's rough. There was a sale 30 days ago of that card for $233, and it most recently sold for $84. That is, oof, that is rough. Can you imagine that? Buying that for $233 30 days ago, and now you go to sell it and it's just $84. That is not a good month This is his rookie ticket auto variation. We're going to look at that one in raw condition from 2021 contenders. That one down almost 47% over the last 30 days. And then finally, let's look at his optic hollow variation in PSA 10 condition from 2021 optic. This one down only 18%, better than some of the others, down only 18% over the last 30 days. But we could have pulled up, hundreds of other Justin Fields cards for this chart, and unfortunately they would have all kind of followed the same pattern. His market moving down now that he is the backup in Pittsburgh. But now let's talk about cards going up, and we're going to start with our investment card of the week, and we've got a good one this week. It is Oscar Robertson, and specifically his 1961 Fleer rookie card, one of the iconic vintage basketball cards. And Oscar Robertson was an iconic player. He played point guard for the Cincinnati Royals for 10 years, starting in 1960. Then he went to the Milwaukee Bucks for about 4 seasons. And of course, he is best known for becoming the first player in NBA history to achieve a triple-double for an entire season. That was the first person ever to do it. And to this day, only 2 people have ever done it, Oscar Robertson, and then recently Russell Westbrook did it one season as well. Robertson was a 12-time NBA All-Star, a 9-time All-NBA first-team selection. He also won MVP of the league back in 1964. Took him a while before he had the opportunity to really compete for a championship, though, but he did win one NBA championship when he teamed up with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and won the championship in 1971. Robertson's cards have been doing championship-worthy things over the last year in the sports card market. This is that iconic 1961 Fleer card, just really clean, iconic vintage design there. And as you look on the graph over the course of the last year, we're looking at the last 365 days here in Market Movers, these cards are all generally trending up. In fact, the ones that we're looking at here are in PSA 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And there's a lot of green. Every single one of these cards across all those different PSA grades have moved up in price over the course of the last year. Starting with the PSA 4, you could have bought that card a year ago for $790. It most recently sold for $975. The PSA 5 has moved from $1,080 to $1,130. The PSA 6 from $1,440 to $1,630. The PSA 7 from $3,000 to $3,600. Nice gain there. And then how about the PSA 8? $8,400 1 year ago. Most recently sold for $10,800. That is a nice increase, a 28% increase over the course of the last year. Now, of course, with vintage cards, eye appeal matters. So not every PSA 8 is going to look quite the same as another PSA 8, so that can affect the sales price slightly. But there's enough data here to definitely show that there's a consistent trend line that Oscar Robertson's cards have been moving up over the course of the last year. Now, while vintage cards of iconic players like Oscar Robertson are typically your safest and best long-term investments, I know a lot of you and me love to speculate on the young stars of today. And one of those young stars who's doing well in our number 5 spot today is Cedric Tillman, the wide receiver for the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Browns, of course, have not been very good this season. They are just 2-7 so far this season. But a few weeks ago, Amari Cooper, who was the team's number 1 receiver, left to go to the Buffalo Bills. So the Browns needed Tillman to step up in a number 1 wide receiver role. And so far, he has delivered. 2 weekends ago, when the Browns upset the Ravens, Tillman had 99 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. And then this past weekend against the Chargers, he had 75 yards receiving and another touchdown, even though the Browns lost that game. So the future right now seems to be looking bright for the 2023 Browns rookie. He was the 3rd round selection, by the way, back in 2023. And the future for his cards seem to be looking bright at the moment as well. And here are some of his rookie cards. We're going to look at all of these in raw condition because he doesn't have a lot of graded cards. Not a lot of people bother to grade his cards because he was only a 3rd round draft pick and his cards were pretty inexpensive. But the cards that he does have out there on the market in raw condition, you can see from the graph on the screen, they are all moving up quite a bit. And here's some of the specific cards we're looking at. This is his 2023 Optic Rated Rookie Autograph Holo card. That one's numbered to 150. Look at the graph on that. Only a few sales, but it is up 140% over the course of the last 30 days. We're going to look at his Contenders Rookie Ticket Auto. This is the red number to 175 from 2023 Contenders Optic. This one up 95%. Now, it's still an inexpensive card. It will cost you about $20 today, but you could have scooped that card up 30 days ago for as little as $8. So nice little upwards movement on that card. The silver version of his rookie ticket auto, similar story. That card is up 274% over the last 30 days. It is a $15 card today, but that card literally was in a dollar bin. That was a $1 card just 30 days ago. So that's some pretty nice movement on that one as well. Also, the orange to 35 is up 651%. That's wild. 30 days ago, someone bought that card for $10. Recently, one of those sold for $75 in raw condition. And then finally, we're looking at his Contenders Optic Rookie Patch Auto in raw condition. That one's up 488%. That card 30 days ago was $4.25 and today is $25. There's still a chance, by the way, if you go to a card show over the next couple of weekends, look in the dollar bins for Cedric Tillman cards because they still might be in there. But some of those cards in the dollar bins may now be worth $10 or more based on how he's been playing recently. Let's turn our attention to hockey for the number 4 card today, and it is Cole Cofield, the right wing for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, the Canadiens aren't off to the start that they hoped this year. They're only 4-7-1 through their first 12 games of the season. But the bright spot for the Canadiens has been the play of Cole Cofield. He is currently atop the NHL in goals scored with 10. He has yet to break the 30-goal mark in a season, but this season he might do it. This might be his breakout season if he can stay healthy. So there's a lot of reasons to be excited about Cofield and excited about the trajectory that he is on this season. Hopefully, it is something that continues because his cards have been heating up on the back of his early play. And let's look at a few of those cards here in Market Movers. This is his 2021 Upper Deck Young Guns card. We're going to look at that one in PSA 10. Also, we're going to look at that one in raw condition. We're going to look at the jumbo version of his Young Guns as well in raw condition. And then finally, how about the beautiful Future Watch Auto number to 999 from 2021 SP Authentic. We're going to look at that one in raw condition as well. And you can see on the chart some nice upwards movement over the last 30 days on all of these cards. In fact, these cards are up anywhere between 6% and 66%. The PSA 10 of his Young Guns has gone from $147 to $170 over the last 30 days. The raw has gone from $26 to around $43 over the last 30 days. The jumbo has gone from around $13 to over $20. And then his Future Watch Auto has nudged up. It was $422 30 days ago. Most recent sale, $450. And it will be interesting to see next time that sells. If it goes up even more, chances are probably it will. So definitely keep an eye on Cole Cofield's cards as this season progresses. Let's go to basketball for the number 3 hot card today, and it is Grady Dick, the guard for the Toronto Raptors. Now, the Raptors haven't exactly been great to start the season. They have a 2-6 record to start the season, although they did play good last night against Denver. That actually was a pretty close game. But Grady Dick has been a bright spot for them this year, unlike last year. Last year, the former 13th overall pick had kind of a disappointing rookie campaign. He was sent to the G League multiple times, but it seems like this offseason he kind of got it together, and now he is surging in his sophomore year. So far this season, Dick is averaging 21 points per game for the Raptors, which is the most amongst anyone in his 2023 rookie class. Wow, that's big news. He's outscoring guys like Victor Wembanyama. That's, not bad. Brandon Miller, so Grady Dick right now is the best of that class. But of course, the season's long. I'm sure we'll see some of those other guys come on. But nonetheless, Grady Dick's early success this season, guess what? It's causing his cards to surge. And let's take a look at that surge here in Market Movers. This is his 2023 Prism Silver card in PSA 10 condition. Look at this thing take off. I mean, look at the graph of this card, right? So 30 days ago, you could have bought this card for $42, and most recently it sold for $115. That is a 174% increase in just 30 days on that card. The Kaboom's been doing well as well. It's a nice Kaboom card there. This one 30 days ago in raw condition, you could have scooped for $214. It most recently sold for $425. So another big time increase on one of his cards. His Fast Break Red from Optic out of 75 in raw condition has also moved up around 51% over the last 30 days. And then finally, his Prism Deca, popular new set. This is the blue number to 149 from Prism Deca. This one up 122% in the last 30 days. 30 days ago, that card was selling for $36. Most recent sale, $80. So we've seen quite the increase on Grady Dick's cards over the last month. We are back to football for the number 2 spot today, and it is Drake May, the quarterback for the New England Patriots. Now, the Patriots have found themselves where a lot of people expected that they would be halfway through the NFL season. Their record isn't very good, but there is hope for the Patriots because their rookie quarterback seems to be improving. Drake May got his first start of his NFL career back in Week 6. And since that first start, he has consistently improved his QBR as well as his other stats every single week. And in fact, on Sunday, May displayed some late game heroics to send them to overtime. Even though they lost the game in overtime, nonetheless, Drake May had some great moments in that game so that, people are pretty excited about him. There's definitely still things that Drake May needs to improve at, but the flashes that people are seeing, the flashes of really good play, have football card collectors and investors excited to take the chance on Drake May's cards. Now, since May is a rookie this year, he doesn't have a lot of cards out yet. None of the big stats like Prism or Optic have come out yet this season, but we do have some cards to look at. We're going to look at some of his college cards. This is his 2023 Bowman Chrome University First Prospect Auto card. We're going to look at that in PSA 10 and in raw condition. And then this is the Sapphire Edition version of this card, no autograph. We're going to look at that in PSA 10 condition. And then also his 2024 Topps Now Draft Night card, the Topps Now card from when he was drafted. We're going to look at this in PSA 10 condition as well. And you can see on the chart, all of these showing upwards movement over the course of the last 30 days. These are up anywhere between 24% and all the way up at 96%. Actually, that PSA 10 of his college auto card, his first prospect auto from Bowman Chrome 2023, has gone from $145 to $285 over the last 30 days. That's pretty great. And in raw condition, it's gone from $162 to $215. His Sapphire in PSA 10 has gone from $41 to $70. And then that Topps Now Draft Night card in PSA 10 condition. 30 days ago, you could have scooped it for around $39. Today, it's $48. So a little bit of an increase there on that card as well over the last 30 days. Where do these continue to go? Well, we're going to see how well Drake May continues to play in the weeks ahead. All right, we've reached the moment. It is time for today's number 1 card. But before I tell you who it is, let me remind you that all of the charts and graphs from today's show are from Market Movers. Market Movers is the ultimate way to track sports card prices and to track your own collection. And guess what? You can do it on the go, and you can do it for free by using the Market Movers mobile app. Go to the App Store on your phone right now. Search for Market Movers, download the Market Movers app, and give it a try for free. I think you are really, really going to enjoy it. Okay, here we are. Our number 1 card of the week. It is from football. It is a wide receiver who put up some big numbers this last weekend for his team. The starter, the number 1 receiver was out, so he's number 2 receiver, kind of moved into the number 1 position for his team up in the Pacific Northwest. They lost in overtime, but that didn't stop Jackson Smith-Njigba and the Seattle Seahawks from having a very exciting game. It was a thriller that they lost to the Rams over the weekend, but JSN had a career day nonetheless. 180 yards receiving on 7 receptions. He had 2 touchdowns in that game. A lot of people speculated that the former first-round pick would have a breakout season this year. It looks like maybe it is now just getting started. Of course, his role was elevated this last weekend due to DK Metcalf's injury. DK Metcalf, it's not known when he will return. There's no definitive return in place. So the Seahawks are going to continue to rely on JSN to provide the type of explosiveness that he was able to do this last weekend to hopefully help them succeed in what is a tough, competitive division, maybe the most competitive division in all of football. And let's take a look at some of JSN's rookie cards and what they are doing here in the market. We're going to start with this Mosaic Showtime Signatures card from 2023. We're looking at this in raw condition. It's up 50% over the course of the last 30 days. Most recently sold for $51. It was $34 just 30 days ago. Let's look at his Prism Silver. We're going to look at this one in PSA 10 condition. It is $45, and that is up 40% from where it was 30 days ago. It was down at $32. just 30 days ago. This is his Prism Silver rookie autograph card in raw condition. This one currently selling for $65, and that is up 41%. It was down at $45 about 30 days ago. Let's look at his Prism Flashback Rookie Silver in PSA 10 condition. Just a couple of sales of this one, but it is up 95% over the course of those couple of sales. Most recently sold for $42, and you could have scooped that card 30 days ago for just $21. Finally, how about his Kaboom? A card that I know a lot of people go after, very popular, attractive card. In raw condition, the horizontal Kaboom from 2023 Absolute. It is up 20% in the last 30 days. Most recently sold for $450. And 30 days ago, you could have scooped that card for $375. And if I click the little down arrow here, it's going to show me what it's been selling for in other grades. We actually haven't had as many sales recently. We did have a PSA 10 sale of $547 just a couple of days ago. PSA 9, $393, and SGC 10, $456. That one about a month ago. The other grades have not yet sold. And that's a pretty cool new feature in Market Movers to allow you to change grades on the fly like that. So don't forget to get Market Movers. You can do that both on the desktop version and on the mobile app. Download Market Movers from the App Store on your phone. And don't forget to join us Thursday night on Cards HQ Shop on Whatnot. It is LeBron night, and Saturday night it is